When I was well middle schoolish, back when I still lived in Sheridan, which if you don't know is a map dot full of shitheads and assholes, adults and adolescents, young and old alike. There was this thing you would often hear people like talk about. One was, should a parent like put hands on the kid? Like, not should the kid be catching hands in general. It was, or not should the kid be catching more hands than he deserves? Like, should a dad like if a dad beat the crap out of a kid beyond any point of reasoning, it was generally agreed like, yeah, that's fucked up. You shouldn't have done that. It served no purpose. I generally fell on the side of, yeah, no, if a guy fucks up and his dad spanks him a few times, yeah, that's on him. He shouldn't have fucked up. He shouldn't have done the dumb thing. As I've gotten older, I've kind of noticed some. There are people out there who genuinely say dumb things like, there is no reason to put a hand on a child. There is no reason to, I don't know, just do discipline people who do dumb things so they learn not to do it again. Like they do this with kids. They also do this with criminals. Like they're like, we shouldn't be punishing the criminals too harsh. Or like you have that vagaloon Scott Wiener who said we should destigmatize knowingly giving someone AIDS by decriminalizing it in a state where you have a lot of gay people. And what's even funnier is this guy's a gay himself. I'm like, wait a minute, hold the phone here, Mister Milk, Mister Scott Wiener Milk. You're telling me you want to do that, and while also punishing people for misgendering people? What the fuck? Am I in clown world? Like this was kind of like back when I learned how insane California was. But it's like that. Like they coddle criminals and they coddle kids who fuck up. These are also the same people who say there is no reason to hit a woman, no reason. Really, I fall on the side of Bill Burr. No, it's is it wrong to hit a woman? Maybe. But ladies, can we all agree that an ass kicking does not just fall from the fucking sky? Like that takes away from the art of sifting through the debris and learning how things got to that point. Anyway, sorry, I'm sidetracking. But I've always kind of had this opinion that this whole soft parenting stuff that was propagated by dipshits like Oprah, who don't even have kids, by the way, who say you shouldn't hit kids. Okay, how about this? You have a kid get out of control. He never learns his lesson, and one day he ends up getting the shit beat out of him if he's lucky, or dead if he's lucky. That's all that happens to him. Same with bullies. I don't like bullies. I don't like bullies who bully you past the, especially if it's a case of they're trying to break you to where you kill yourself, or self delete. But no, normal bullying where the kid stands up and tells the bully to screw off, to take a long walk off a short cliff, I'm fine with that because it teaches the kid to grow. But like that's something me, Dan, and my friend Gunnar disagree on to a certain extent. And you had this kid, it was a video passing around on Twitter where this kid walks up to a guy who, by the way, this is the equivalent of David walking up to Goliath and just slapping him up beside the head without God backing him up. I'm like, how dumb are you? Do you have no survival instincts? Like this is like a human picking a fight with a Nephilim. How retarded are you? Then again, I took a look at this guy, the kid who did this. Like he reminds me of the actor for Jason Todd on the Titans show. He looks like a stiff breeze could knock him over. The difference is the Jason Todd actor hasn't annoyed me. So I'm just looking at this thing like, okay, what possible benefit could there be to doing this? So I'm thinking, you walk up, take this guy's. This looks like, and he kind of reminds me of McGregor, that one fire guy. I'm like, wait a minute, you walk up to a guy who's built like a shit brick house and take his hat. Were you trying to get beat unconscious? I don't. And I look at these guys, I'm like, they look like what they would call twinks, like effeminate men, or in this case, adolescents who probably have never even been slapped, let alone had a swear words thrown their way. And they're like, we shouldn't hit kids. I'm starting to think, no, we should probably bring back beatings, at the very least spankings, because Jesus Christ, these are the same kind of kids who would say stuff like, I heard this guy say he jizzed his mask after he sneezed on a set and I want him fired. Like, fuck that. Fuck that. Like, there was a time when we had bigger things to worry about, like a wolf killing us, or, I don't know, a robber busting into our house and filling us full of lead. Or, how am I going to feed my family? Now it's, oh my god, this microaggression. Humans are so fucking weak, it's pathetic. Like, there's a reason whenever I hear an African say, like, they look at blacks in America and go, I'm cringing out of reflex. I'm like, no, I feel that way with modern whites. They are pathetic. They make me ashamed to be a fellow human. That's how I would describe this. So yeah, no, this guy who had the hat taken, then he slapped him to get it back. He did nothing wrong. It wasn't like he walked up and beat seven shades of shit out of him. He didn't do what the Yankees did to Jesse James. He just slapped him once, got his hat back, and more or less that was the end of it. So yeah, he did nothing wrong. This kid, he got one slap. He got off easy. There's a reason why the whole spare the child, spoil the rod is not that bad of an idea, as much as I like to say. And that's overall my opinion on the subject. I want to stay. Oh yeah, also, to anyone who comes to this and say, "Well, you've never been," yeah, I never had to be. The worst thing my parents had to do was, I don't know, threaten to take away my PlayStation. After that, I stopped. Yeah, I would have died of boredom if I did anything more. So, yeah, blow me if you're going to come to this with that argument. Have a nice day.